Hello everyone and welcome back. If you're new here, hi, I'm Alicia and I like to do bullet journaling and scrapbooking videos in this channel. In today's video, we will be setting up my reading journal for 2024, which will be a treasure trove for capturing thoughts, reflections and favorite quotes from different literary adventures that I'm going to venture into. As some of you may know, I love reading and tracking my progress. I also have it as part of my habits in my habit tracking spread. However, for quite some time I have been meaning to have a separate journal for my reading so I could capture more details about the books I read as well as have some stats to look back at from time to time. In my current bullet journal, I have incorporated my daily pages log, but there is no way to track how I felt about the book, my interpretations, ratings and also the format in which I read, as I do read physical as well as ebook and listen to audiobooks. I write down the name of the books once I complete reading them, but I have not captured their genre or the format, so I decided to change that and make a new journal dedicated to my love for books. As you can see in the first page, I am going to write down my name and the title of the next book on the right hand side. On the left side, I wanted to have this quote which says, "There is no friend as loyal as a book" by Ernest Hemingway. I have used these dollies in my 2023 bullet journal, and something about the softness that bring to the spreads really makes me very happy, so I had to incorporate them in this journal. I will possibly also have them in my 2024 bullet journal setup, which will be released soon, so stay tuned and subscribe if you haven't already. The first page of the notebooks are always the most awkward one, and this time I decided to just glue tape it and have a more smoother finish to my notebook. Next we have the index page, which is fairly simple in its decoration as well as its content. Basically, I will be just covering up the ends of each spread with this washi tape that I bought from Journal.say, and then I will be using the doilies to have a consistency in my spreads. I have kept the index fairly simple, which means I will have two columns where I will write the content of the pages and the page number. For example, the following pages in this journal will have the TBR list, books I have read, wants to read, challenges that will be populated, and if I want to refer to any of these items, I can just check the index and move to it very quickly. This notebook unfortunately is not numbered, but that is not going to deter me from not numbering it myself. This is the Book notebook that I have purchased from Amazon, and if you haven't watched the full review, the link will be mentioned in the description below and in the cards above. I have had these transfer tapes for almost 2 years now. It was part of a huge stationery haul that I did from Journal.say, and I guess because it has been lying there in my drawer for such a long time, some of them have actually lost its stickiness and does not transfer well onto the page even after my vigorous rubbing on the page. You will see me using this particular transfer tape in various spreads, and I really like how they have clustered all the elements. This was, I believe, the vintage spread inspired transfer tape, and since I am doing a academia themed journal spreads, I thought it would be more relevant to use a vintage theme inspired stickers for this one. Moving on to my next page, this will be my reading goal spread for 2024. In 2023, I had a goal of reading 24 books, essentially meaning 2 books a month. The first half was a bit slow as there was a lot that was happening on my personal life, but in the second half, I really geared up and was able to achieve more than the target. I am currently at my 32nd book, and this is what gave me the confidence of having a goal of reading 40 books in 2024. I guess 24 books in 2024 would have sounded better, but I want to challenge myself, so there it is. One of the other challenges I gave myself is to read books from different continents. So if you have any good suggestions, please leave a comment below and let me know so I can also add them to my reading list and have also been able to achieve my reading challenge for this year. Each of these tiny boxes are 3 grid spaces wide and 3 grid spaces in height. So they are squares that I have designed for this particular side of the spread. There will be 40 boxes and I will number them 1 to 40. Once I finish reading a book, I will just go over the box and color it with this Tombow dual brush pen that I have. Is it going to make it look more pretty? Of course. Does it have any functional theme to it? Maybe. Is it required to do it? Not really. I realized while editing this video that I have made so many spreads for this particular video and also to have it in my first ever reading journal that I did want to incorporate a lot of stats, a lot of reading, writing materials that I feel that may not be required for everybody, but since this is the first time that I'm doing, I really got very excited and I have had so many spreads made for this setup. Maybe for the next step setup, I am not sure if I'm going to incorporate everything, but I'll keep you guys posted on what actually works and doesn't work for me as and when I use this setup for my reading journal. To finish off the spread, I'm going to use a few of the stickers that I have that I feel will be relevant with the color theme and just going to cover up the negative space so it doesn't look so barren. I like these round stickers as it gives more the flexibility that you can design your spread according to how you wish, also being very minimal at the same time. I have these book stickers which was from the collection in one of the sets that I bought from Journal Say a few months ago, and since this is a book related channel, I felt that anything that comes in the academia side or books, I think that goes really well with the whole setup. Moving on to my TBR spread, I am going to write it down as want to read instead of TBR as I find it very constrained and it sounds more like a task that I have to complete, which puts unnecessary pressure where I want to actually enjoy my reading in leisure. If by the end of the next year I am for whatever reason not able to meet my 40 books target or keep myself updated with the reading challenge, I'm not going to beat myself up and feel like a failure. Reading a book helps me transport to a different world where things like dragons can be a possibility, so I will take quality over quantity any day. The books I have in this list are 80% already owned by me and sitting on my bookshelf, so I have to do the justice and read them. I printed them on sticker paper in my home printer, and each book size is 3 cm wide and 4.5 cm in height. I recently finished reading Sarah J. Maas's A Court of Thorns and Roses. It was such an easy read, and definitely I have to have the other part of the series that she has written, so that is definitely going into my want to read list. I'm going to do a drop shadow around all the boxes because it looked more like it's hanging in the clouds, so this is just going to give it more density and just make it look like it's having a shadow. The star rating stickers are from my shop, which will be released in my upcoming shop update, which will cater to the audience which likes to rate their contents like books, movies, TV series, etc. They are on matte paper, so you will be easily able to color in with your brush pens or a regular pen. To finish off the spread, I will use the grid washi tape and some stickers. I tried to rub on the transfer tape on it, but it did not quite stick to the washi tape. Washi tape itself has a waxy glossy finish on it, so most of the time it is really difficult to stick something on top of the washi tape. So with this rub-on transferred sticker, I imagine that was the reason why it did not stick to it. On top of it, the transfer tape has been with me for more than 2 years, so yes, as you have seen in the previous spreads, they were not really coming off well on the paper itself, so I'm not going to blame the washi tape for this fiasco that happened. The following page is more a visual representation of the 40 books and the different formats that I will read them. I have seen these bookshelf spreads so many times on Pinterest and on Instagram, and of course I got influenced by the amazing creativity of these creators, and I have to have them in my reading journal since this is the first one. So of course a reading journal without a bookshelf is not really a reading journal. So while doing the full sketch, I realized that I have sketched out for 39 books instead of 40 books, so you will see me struggling a little bit or doing a little brainstorming session in the midway of creating this spread, but I have recovered from it. I have my handy dandy coloring tape to just cover up the mistake, and I will cover it up with the stickers in a few minutes, so you will see that it doesn't even look like I have made any mistake over there. And just to cover up the mistake and make it look more intentional, I just extended the lower bookcase and added the 40th book in there. I will color code all the different format books that I will read in, but wanted to have a cohesive color palette, so I chose this light green, olive green and mustard yellow to give a collector's bookshelf look. Will I be able to achieve that look? Guess you will have to stick around to see how it looks when I finish this journal next year. I will be having constant monthly reading updates, so maybe you will have a sneak peek on the updated shelf. I will also be posting them on Instagram and TikTok, so make sure to follow me up there. The links to both the TikTok and my Instagram handle will be mentioned in the description below, and I can't wait to be friends over there. Oh, and I forgot to mention about the plant stickers. They are all from my shop, except for the leaf stickers that I have stuck on top. Those are from Journal Save. I realized that the faux calligraphy that I did is a little wonky. I did not sketch it out before, but I hope it looks fine, and I should definitely practice more. This page onwards is when I will get into more details about the book's page length and how many books I'm reading every month. Up until now, it was a cumulative show of the books I want to read and the reading goal I have for the year. But the reality can be very different, so I will use this graph to depict my actual reading stats. I usually read books with more than 250 pages on an average. The last book that was more than 500 pages were, I guess, A Court of Silver Flames from the Akotar series by Sarah J. Maas. Again, I have not recorded it anywhere, and I will probably forget about it in a few months. This data is important to me, so I know where I am spending more time and why was that, cause sometimes the book is just really long and not boring. I have DNF books which were less than 200 pages, so it's just another factor I would like to know. These two tables in the right page is for capturing my reading in pixels. I love how the finished spread looks in these pixel trackers that have been attempted many times in variations. Mine will be for tracking physical or ebook and audiobooks. I wanted to track audiobooks separately as I am still figuring out how to use Storygraph for the page count. I don't like that it is not automatically integrated with my Audible and I have to manually input the minutes listened in order to get the page number. Unless I am doing this wrong, in which case please do let me know how to use it properly, because I really want to use it and not discard it from my phone. Now to decorate the page, I will be using the transfer tapes, and as usual you will see me struggling and not having the entire tape being transferred on the page, but it gives like a rustic feeling to my journal, so I guess it's fine. It has an academic vintage vibe to it and I will roll with it for now. I also made this little tab off camera to indicate the number of pages or minutes and a slash to indicate the completion of the book. It is on the same matte paper that has been used to print the sticker, the star ratings, so you will see how it is easy to color code the way you want in your star rating pages. Moving on to my reading log page. I know it is probably getting a lot and overwhelming for you, but this is what I meant when I said I got overexcited with the idea of a separate reading journal and I went full on creative beast. Anyways, this is a fairly simple tracker to track the book title, author's name, start and finish of the book. You can also club this with your index, I guess, but then your index won't be functioning as a proper index anymore and you will have too many items that you probably would not want to see in your index. So yeah, I guess you can add it along with your other reading tracker, but I wanted to have it separately and have a more visual representation of who the author is and when I started, when I finished, how long did I take, because that is something that I do like to see, and end of the day I would like to know if I was really committed to this reading challenge that I have for myself. Next spread is again, surprise surprise, another reading stats related spread. But this time it is monthly stats in one place and also picking one favorite from each month. Now I understand not every month can be a good reading month, so some months might just not have any favorites, and that's okay, I guess. You don't really know how a book is going to turn up when you buy it or when you borrow it from your library or from your friends. So it's okay. Everybody has a different taste. Something that is a very highly rated may not really interest you. So some months may probably not have any favorites for me, but I am generally very open in giving my ratings to the book, and I don't really do a DNF that often, because I like to give chance to the author to make the book interesting and somewhat engaging for me. So I hope that it is going to be okay to not have a favorite, and I don't feel pressure to do it. But I am going to be picky this time with my books and how I choose to spend my time. So hopefully this spread is going to be helpful for me. Coming to the final spread, this will be for my reading challenge in 2024. I want to read a book by a different author from a different continent in every quarter. At first, I thought of pushing it to every month, but that would mean I won't be able to finish the books I already have in my TBR list. So I made this slight modification to suit my need and also set myself up for a success. I was actually inspired by Hedda from Mochibujo in having this reading challenge, and she is one of the creators who really inspired me in getting into bullet journaling in the first place. I love watching her videos and her voice is really soothing to me. I love how creative she is and all her drawings are just magnificent. I hope I will be able to do that eventually, and I am practicing. So I guess I will reach there eventually if I keep up with my practice, but I really love her, and the link to her channel will be also mentioned in the description, so go give her a follow. She is targeting for 50k and I am rooting for her to receive 50k followers and subscribers in this year before the year ends. To finish the spread, I will be using strips of washi all around the boxes, where I will be actually writing down the name of the book and the author, and also from which continent, as that is a very important factor to be considered in this reading challenge. I want to apologize beforehand because for whatever reason my camera stopped recording the part where I was trying to stick all the stickers. So here is a close-up look of how the spread looks like after I put all the stickers in. Well friends, we have finally reached to the end of this video. I know it was probably a lot of information overload, so take what you need from this setup video and implement it into your journals. Your journal needs to work for you and not the other way around. I know there were a lot of spreads in this setup, but I have actually enjoyed working on this video and also in this setup, and I am very excited to start using this reading journal next year. We are almost close to the end of the year, so I hope all of you have a really lovely holidays, and if you are celebrating and have a special spread that you have made for the holidays, please do tag me on it, because I am always looking for inspiration, and that would be something that I would like to also try. I have never done that, so if you do, please do tag me. I hope you have liked this video, and if you did, please subscribe and like it. It really helps with the algorithm. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.